back to the Gadget Spot.
Hey,
Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
we're all here.
Almost.
Almost.
James is running a little bit late.
He's literally running.
Yeah, well, driving.
James doesn't run. Can you see me? Just kidding.
Kind of gawky.
Just kidding, James.
His big toe is much too fat to run.
I was gonna do a big toe joke, but
Nice.
I didn't. I didn't do it.
For those not in the know, James has extremely huge big toes.
Yeah.
Not even here to defend his big toe. And
He's
you're
not.
just making fun of him.
I mean, it looks like you're looking through a fisheye lens when you look at it.
It's really big.
It's gigantor.
He's one step away from growing thumbs.
I
on
think
his
it's
foot.
Guinness worthy.
no,
Guinness
his big
Book
toes
of
make
World Record.
thumbs look small.
Well, and his toe is huge, but it's separated so much from his other toes. It's almost like he's having a thumb too.
It's crazy.
Anyway,
Maybe he's the missing link.
I think he is.
maybe he's the next step.
Oh, could be yes.
You know,
Could
don't,
be.
Don't go
yes.
backwards.
Could
Don't
be.
go backwards.
Could be,
maybe
yes.
Maybe big toes are in all of our futures.
Not in mine.
I hope not, because
I'll
that
cut
thing
it
is
off.
Shoe
terrifying.
industry is in trouble.
I will cut that big toe off.
I wonder how he does wear shoes. He must wear sandals all the time.
I think it would cause traffic issues and like stop people
just-
on the street. I think he has to cover it up.
He buys the 4E
Yeah.
width. You know?
He might just cut a hole in the shoe and have his big toe stick out.
That's what it is.
Like a cartoon character. Oh, so let's introduce ourselves after we finish mocking James's
we
big
just
toe.
introduced James
Yeah.
and his big toe.
That's the best introduction you'll ever get right there.
Oh man, you go introduce
Hey.
yourself.
I'm Owen. I like gadgets and technology and stuff like that. And you can follow me on Twitter now. I try to tweet at least more than I used to.
You tweeted twice in the last week.
It's an increase of 200%.
Yeah, I was impressed.
200%. You hear that? Follow me on Twitter at TechNoan. So yeah.
There you go. You.
You is me, Jaren. I'm glad to be here once again. My Twitter handle is @Jaren. This is me being nice.
I like it. It's very uncomplicated.
Yeah.
It's good. And I am Tony. My Twitter handle, if you want to give me a follow, is @QuadTTony. But you're listening to the Gadget Spot, and James is going to introduce himself as soon as he gets here.
Frankly, I don't think he needs to, though.
Oh, it's
We'll let him. I mean, and then we'll let it be a surprise.
See, here's
when
the thing.
he listens to the podcast.
I was going to say, unless
We
he
should just-
listens,
we should just let it fly.
he'll never know about the big toe
And
jokes.
tell him when we post this episode.
Unless
to give it a
someone,
listen.
unless someone emails us about the big toe, and
Oh.
then we read it on the next episode.
And where would they email
But he
us at?
should read it before. He should listen to this before we record the next time. So we would listen. James, you're welcome for the Easter egg. This is Owen from the past.
It's an Easter toe.
Easter. No, it looks like an Easter egg. I mean, you
does.
could paint that thing.
yeah, I wouldn't
Kids-
go near it.
No, well, okay. Some people are into that thing.
Ooh.
Anyway, they could email us at thegadgetspotcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And in fact, we have 2 emails.
Bam.
We love emails.
Do we want to start with the emails, or do we want to...
Let's start with the emails.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, so Spencer.
Oh, I hear him.
Oh, no.
Whoa, he's
made it.
running. He ran in.
He's wearing socks, everyone.
He looks
Oh.
really professional right now.
Yeah, you're looking professional.
You just wanted to make a grand entrance.
Right?
You prima donna.
I brought a change of clothes.
Why did you bring a change of clothes?
I left them in my truck.
What's wrong with what you're wearing?
Do you like wearing collared t-shirts?
I wear it every day.
So do I.
3 of us are wearing colored t-shirts.
Yeah.
I contemplated bringing
I'm
it
not.
in and just stripping on the podcast.
Well,
There's
I'm
no
glad you
camera
did it.
yet, so it would really would have been just for us. And I'll tell you, I'm
Oh, we could
I'm okay
live
with
tweet
that.
it.
Live tweet it. Yeah, exactly.
The toe has surfaced.
Did we get to the emails yet?
no, we just started.
no.
We're starting right
We
now.
just finished introductions.
Yeah, so
Oh, hi, I'm James. Okay, we're good. Go ahead.
all right.
What's your Twitter, James?
Oh, JDD Jensen. JDD is for ADD. If you want to find me on Xbox Live, my handle is Funeral Taters, and it's amazing. But I don't play very much anymore. so
Yeah, me neither, unfortunately.
I ain't got time for that.
I spend most of my gaming time on the PC lately. You know, superior graphics, 1080p, 60 frames per second.
Yeah, all that great stuff.
Or better. Or better, in my case.
Smug.
Smug. That's the
Yes.
biggest cloud of smug I've ever
Yes.
seen.
Join the
Feel your
PC
smug
Master
from
Race. Mwah.
I
Become
laugh
one of
every
us.
time I read something like that. PC Master.
Oh,
Race.
yes. You don't even know.
You're not invited to the club.
My frames, they're always flowing.
Hey, you're talking to somebody who prepared all of his stories around the theme of our robot overlords.
I'm
I like
excited
that.
to get to that.
I liked that. I have also been going through and finding the hidden notes in the show notes that James is so dutifully
Yeah,
added.
just a quick heads up. So what we do is to prepare for the show, we have a Google Docs so all of us can brush up on the show and stuff. And I like going through and adding my own little notes.
I'm seeing mine now, and that's kind of weird.
Wait a minute. You didn't even touch mine.
Well,
Wah, wah.
You're kind of sensitive.
Aww.
Jaron doesn't like his stuff getting touched.
Don't touch me.
And yet, have you seen what he does to other people's technology?
I know, it's weird, isn't
it's
it?
It's a double standard.
Definitely.
I am a respecter of all technologies.
After about 3 minutes.
After I get to know it and, punch it in the face.
Punch it in the
punch
face.
it in the
with what?
face.
Anyway,
I bet you don't even talk to your vacuum every day.
Okay.
emails.
We're going to go to the emails now.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Spencer, for that long detour there. Anyway, Spencer
Not bad.
writes in.
Hey, Spencer.
He says, just wanted to give you guys a shout out. Love the show.
Hey, thanks.
We'll be leaving a review soon. Thanks, Spencer. We'll be looking for that. And if you don't, we will hunt you down and kill you.
Or our robot overlords will.
I don't know about kill, but
I don't
we'll at
even
least
know about-
scold him.
I don't know about
How about unnecessary touching?
Yeah, there might be some
No
of that.
touching. All right, going on. I did have one question. I want to learn to program, but I'm not sure on a good beginner code. Ooh, James just stuck a finger in the air. I have a degree in computer science, but that was over 10 years ago, and since then I am out of practice. And anyways, thanks again for the PCast.
Podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's great.
Don't worry, we're cutting edge here.
Spencer sent for my iPhone.
Nice. Thanks, Spencer's iPhone. So, yeah, you guys got any coding languages that you think you should bone up on?
Well, Lifehacker likes Code Academy or Code Academy.
That's what
however
I was going to say is Code Academy.
Yeah.
Code
Amazing.
Academy? Well,
Yeah.
there you go.
Codecademy.com.
10 minutes a day. It'll change your life. It's not anything that you're going to quit your job over, but it'll at least kind of brush you up on the newer stuff. And
And that's
basics.
more web technologies,
Yeah.
though, right?
Mhm.
And another web technologies place to learn is W3 Schools. I use that a lot for work every now and then.
What do you use it for?
Mainly SQL stuff.
SQL stuff?
Yeah.
Cool.
I did kind of try to learn Swift once.
I remember you telling me about
Yeah,
that.
until I got busy. So on iTunes U, there's this Harvard class. I think it's Harvard. One of those fancy colleges. Anyway, they have a free class on iTunes U, like 20 courses. And
Salt Lake Community College? Was that it?
no, definitely not it. But anyway, they have like a Swift course. And so that's if you want to learn Swift. And there's rumors that Android might be adopting that.
Greendale.
Strangely enough.
It was Greendale,
Yeah,
wasn't
it's
it?
Greendale Community
knew
College
it.
for sure. So those are some of my suggestions.
Yeah, Lifehacker actually it actually has a list for him. You go to that article that Lifehacker has, and it actually tells you
Oh, nice.
the most bang for your buck. I mean, it depends on what you want to do. Do you want to code for apps? I mean, are you doing it for money? Like, you want
Yeah.
to do a web design? Like, are you trying like career-wise? Are you trying to work from home and start your own?
yeah, if
get
you
your
want to do
own-
it career-wise, if you're based in Utah, Dev Mountain's here.
Yeah,
And
I
a
actually
lot
know.
of my coworkers are starting to go
Same.
to that place.
I have a lot of people that I work with that go to Dev Mountain. It's been really successful for them.
And it's not super expensive. It's like, what, 10 grand
Yeah.
or something like that. There's a basic entry test to where if you do the Code Academy for a couple weeks, it'll brush you up on anything that you can. Are you laughing at doo-doo? But apparently.
Oh, I get it. Oh, sorry.
I'm above that joke. I didn't laugh.
But apparently there are people that headhunt you as soon as you graduate for Dev Mountain or before. So
See, there's another option, too, that's a little more low-tech, is you can hit up your public library and check out coding books. They got a lot of those.
that's for poor people.
I'm just saying. The other option too that I've seen is there's a Humble Bundle. Like I swear, a couple times a year has bundles full of coding books for like $12.
Yeah, kind of depends on your learning ability. Like, can you learn
Just reading
just by
the textbook.
reading and
Yeah.
trying, or do you need because the courses definitely walk you through,
Right.
best practices and step by step and the basics, and then up to the more advanced stuff.
Those are definitely more in depth. Probably a lot better if you're looking
Graphical stuff,
career-wise.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know how you guys are, but I need a purpose to what I'm learning. Like if I do it with like nothing as the end game, just to learn it, I can't learn it.
So you're not very
I
self-motivated.
completely agree.
No,
Well,
just
no,
not
no.
creatively, I need a goal. I need a.
You need a
Exactly.
I
project.
need like world
Yeah,
domination.
you need a
Am
project for
like,
sure.
Yeah.
Am I going for world domination? Am I
I'm
making a
gonna help out.
website?
I'm going to
What
help
am I
out
doing?
our robot overlords and
Yep.
help
Skynet.
program new stuff.
Quit fidgeting in your polo shirt.
Okay.
All right, second email. we got another email from Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hi, Chris. He says, "Hey." It's like he anticipated us saying hi.
Whoa.
A few I played. Oh, this is concerning the Steam controller.
Ah.
A few I played to get used to the Steam controller was Trine, Project Root, and Portal.
Okay.
It's good for Torchlight too.
So I just finished Doom 3, the BFG edition, the main game. They have the 2 expansions on there as well, and by the end of the Doom 3 BFG campaign, I was really enjoying the Steam controller actually. So I'm gonna say if you got $50 you want to throw down and try out a new controller, go for it. Just from a first-person shooter perspective, it was pretty good. I liked it. I'm probably gonna keep using it for games on Steam. Now the one bummer is it does only work with Steam stuff. So if you have like other
No Sim Tower though, or
no, if you have other
No.
game clients you want to use it with, like Galaxy from GOG.com or Origin from EA, the Steam controller won't work with those that I've seen anyway. I haven't fiddled with it too much, but it wasn't plug and play on those, that's for sure.
Did you ever get around to playing a game that you need a mouse for
No,
with the Steam controller?
No, I purchased the Homeworld remastered games, so I'm going to give those a shot, but I haven't installed them yet.
Okie doke.
Thanks, Chris.
yeah.
Wait, is that the end of his email, or did I just cut him off?
No, that's it. That's all we got.
Oh, good. Okay. Well done. Thanks for the emails.
Yeah, no joke. Makes us feel less lonely
Yeah.
on the inside.
Let's keep going with the gaming action a little bit. So, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare was announced this last week. And
Are you excited about this?
I wasn't.
I kind of feel the same way.
I'm still really not. But I read an article about it today that was actually pretty cool. That said they have 3 or 4 creative type fellows from Naughty Dog that signed on. Yeah, I just said Jaren's favorite.
Yeah, I
thing.
love Naughty Dog. They make Uncharted and Last of Us, if you guys didn't know.
And
Last of Us, what a bullcrap game.
shut your mouth.
I'm just kidding.
That
It was
game
amazing.
was great. And so they've been actually hard at work on making the single player campaign good on the Call of Duty games, because that's
That's a
always
good idea.
That's always the most lacking aspect of those games.
Single player
unfortunately.
is boring. Like the stories are the same in all of them.
Yeah, it's not necessarily like Call of Duty. It's a lot of games now.
Oh, yeah.
The single player's lacking.
They focus way more on the multiplayer aspect.
Yeah.
Halo.
Not Halo still does a good juggling job for sure.
Yep, they do.
Well, with this
They had
last one, it was.
Yeah,
the
and
one
they
before Halo 4 was awful.
Awful. It was kind of a throw. Yeah. It was
Which one? Reach?
Yeah, the one they did the throwback. It was
That was cool.
well.
I
They had a high standard to live up to because Bungie was running that before, and
No, Reach was still Bungie.
Well,
yeah,
and-
Reach was still Bungie, but 343 Studios had a high standard community wise, like the Halo people. Were
I
like,
just wish Reach would have followed the book.
Oh yeah, it changed the book
yeah,
for sure. Yeah, the story's not quite the same, but yeah, I was not very excited for Call of Duty. It's just like another Call of Duty. But when I read that about the creative team behind the single player now, I'm more excited.
Yeah,
I might actually give it a chance because I told myself about a month ago, I have Black Ops 3. I was like, this is the last Call of Duty I'm buying for a while.
That's what I said too.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
done. So
Yeah.
well, the little bit of story that they revealed, it's like set in space, blah de blah.
So I thought it was aliens at first, but it turns out it's not.
No,
it's just another
it's more
human
the-
coalition.
Yeah, coalitions, corporations, all that boring stuff that they do in every Call of Duty now. But hopefully it's fun.
What's the name of it again?
Infinite Warfare.
Do you think that they named it that because Infinity?
Yeah, this is Infinity
It's going to be
Ward's,
like a buzzword here in a little bit because of Infinity Gauntlet and everything.
Nah.
You don't think so?
I think that it's just they needed something other than future to denote future.
Oh,
now in space.
Yeah, exactly. And like Jaren said, the name of the company that designed it is Infinity Ward.
oh.
So I bet that was also a factor.
Understand.
Yeah.
So anyway, that'll be coming out on all the new systems. Well, I say new, and I use that term loosely. They've been out for 3 years,
And not Nintendo.
and not Nintendo.
We
So
got-
it'll be out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Speaking of new system, we got a Wii U. in
You got a
between
Wii U?
last recording and this recording.
Nice. What do you think?
It's okay.
Yeah. Just okay?
Has great games.
It has great games, but the problem with Nintendo is the game prices don't go down.
Yeah, they
exactly.
keep them at $60 forever.
And I feel like they keep milking a dead horse. Kicking a dead horse. Milking a dead.
That's awkward.
Still weird. I think you're looking for beating a dead horse
All right.
As long as they're milking the right location.
or kicking it where it should be kicked.
But I don't know. I can't justify paying $60 for Mario Kart. Me and my brother-in-law got.
That's the one game you should spend $60.
Yeah, Mario
on.
Kart's great.
The
It's
replay,
great,
the
but
replay value is through the roof.
Super
you
Smash
feel like-
Brothers, Mario Kart.
Do you
The
feel like it
standards,
has enough content to make it worth it in the game?
Yes.
Yeah, if you have people to play with, 100%.
If you have because I'm measuring it by Fallout 4.
That's a totally
That's like
'Cause-
comparing apples to pens.
Yeah, but it's the same price.
But Fallout 4 is purely a single player, no one else, don't bother me while I'm playing kind of game. Whereas Mario Kart is always designed to be everyone on the same couch playing together for hours and hours.
That's where
which is-
Nintendo still rules over
which
everyone.
is Nintendo's kind of one of their core values is
Yeah.
the family play together aspect.
Yep.
Well, we got Pikmin 3 as well.
I haven't
that
played
game
that
is
one.
amazing.
Nice.
It's fun to play with your spouse in bed. And
Okay.
Well, this got interesting.
Mario Party 10,
The game.
Super Smash
Yeah.
Brothers Melee, and Nintendo Land. And that's it.
So you spent a little chunk of change
Yeah, we
getting all
dropped
that
it
at once.
Well, when we get something, we
You got to get games for it,
Yeah.
obviously. Did you get extra controllers too?
Oh yeah, we got. Obviously, it comes with the gamepad, so we got the enhanced Wii U remote, which is probably just the normal remote, but for chumps, and the Super Smash Brothers Melee controller.
Oh yeah,
Whatever
gotta
that
have
is.
that one.
The Wii Pro Pad.
Yep.
Yeah, with the Wii Pro Pad.
Yep.
So speaking of Nintendo, they kind of announced the Nintendo NX, their next generation console,
Gosh,
in the most boring way possible.
Yeah, it was terrible. And yes, right after you bought the Wii U, they announced their new one.
They're like, "Oh, James finally bought one. All right, on to
Are
the
we
next
still
one."
in the statute of limitations? Maybe I should send it back. Although with Amazon,
That's not what the statute of limitations is.
That's
I-
for crimes and the
is that for statutory?
Wait, did you
stuff?
steal it?
crime.
Yeah.
So how did they announce this NX, Jaren? Say this because it's funny.
In their financial statements.
Wah, wah. They basically just said
They
hey,
blew it?
Yeah, they're like, hey, we're gonna have the NX come out in March of next year. That was the official announcement. Stop.
So they gave no detail. They didn't say what it was going to be, and apparently it's not going to be shown at E3 either.
Which freaking come on.
Yeah, come on.
All right, I'm sending my Wii U back.
Nah, keep your Wii U. There's a lot of good games.
I don't know because
Yeah.
if it's coming out in March,
Yeah, but also chances are Nintendo's really good at backwards compatibility. I'll bet your Wii U games will work on it.
So keep the
On
games,
the-
send back the
on the new
Wii
one.
U.
so I should take back the Wii U.
Well, are you going to play it
Possibly.
between now and March?
I don't know.
Yeah. Dude, he's got to have the latest and greatest.
Yeah,
I would wait for the NX personally.
Yeah.
I've wanted a Wii U for like a year or two, but
Same.
since I heard about this, I'm like, oh, I'm waiting.
Yep.
How long ago did you buy the Wii U? A week?
Oh yeah, it's been like a week.
You
Yeah.
could take it back.
Take it back.
All right, I'm right at the cusp of being able to take back things on Amazon, and then they're going to cut off my account.
How often do you do this?
Don't worry about it.
So a lot. Oh, so speaking of new consoles as well, the NX in March, and we have to address. I've been trying to avoid it, but we got to address the PS4K
K.
rumors and the Xbox 1.5 rumors because the PS4K has been all but confirmed.
Yeah. Code name is Neo.
Yeah, and it looks like it's gonna beef up everything about the PS4.
That's why you don't buy the first gen.
Yeah,
I
right.
personally am excited about this though, because the first gen's been out for 3 years, I think.
Well, do you guys have a 4K compatible TV?
I
Well,
will soon.
Here's the thing.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
I have the specs right here, and I can tell you looking at it, they might call it the PS4K. It's not going to play
It-
4K game. It's not powerful enough.
It'll
still.
play 4K Blu-rays, I bet.
Yeah, but they said the
Yeah.
PS4 can do 4K Blu-rays.
No, they never officially said that. They said it might be capable if they
Oh.
enable it down the road. I don't
Okay.
know.
So that's the whole point of this one, I guess. But the original PS4 has an 8-core CPU clocked at 1.6 gigahertz. The Neo codename Neo, is 8 cores clocked at 2.1 gigahertz.
Didn't they call something else the Neo?
No, they called something else the Morpheus.
Oh, that's what
Yeah,
it was.
the
That
PlayStation
was
VR.
the VR.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
Matrix themed.
who's it? GPU is 18 CUs. I don't know what these say CUs for, because
Control unit.
maybe because it's all AMD stuff, and AMD usually denotes the power of their GPUs by calling them stream processors.
Yeah.
So I don't know
ABC
what.
has terrible shows.
Yeah, ABC is the worst. Wait, what?
Don't worry about it. Keep going.
So
No, I like their shows.
Yeah, they're all right.
Okay.
Agents of Shield.
I haven't started watching that.
You don't really need to.
Back to the Neo.
Sorry.
So this GPU has 18 CUs clocked at 800 megahertz, and the new one has 36 CUs clocked at 911 megahertz.
They doubled it.
So you should see an improvement of 100% basically.
So yeah, they basically doubled performance.
Yeah, and then they also increased the memory bandwidth. You had 8 gigs of GDDR5 RAM at 176 gigs per second. This will have 8 gigs at 218 gigs per second.
So to be clear, they're not planning on replacing the PS4. This is just like an upgraded version, kind of like how Apple puts out a new iPhone every year. It's similar to that. So like all the PS4 games will work on it, and all the new games that come out should work for the PS4 still.
And now they can take their price back up again.
Exactly.
You know,
Yep.
Sony has mandated 100%. If you release a game for the PS4K or whatever they want to call it, it has to work also on the regular PS4.
I'm excited about this. I'd be the one that would buy it and be happy.
I think I would. Yeah, I'm probably going to.
And the people that already have their PS4, it's not like they're taking anything away. So
And if you want to, just sell it.
yep.
sell your
And
PS4
put that money
for,
towards-
sell your PS4 for half whatever, and
And put that other, pony
Use
up
that
another $200 or whatever, and
there you go.
buy the PS4K. I don't know. That's an option.
Yeah.
But so there's that. So like I said, this is all but confirmed. I mean, especially since we have spec lists here and everything like that. Now the Xbox 1.5 or whatever they want to call it, that's still mired in rumors and nothing's been confirmed. And
But they had to slip some rumors out to
Basically,
compete with
yeah.
PS4K.
I read a rumor the other day that said they're already in production, but they haven't shown specs or anything. So we'll see what happens there.
Maybe E3 will give us some info in a month.
Yeah,
Right?
it's only in a month. Yeah.
Sweet.
So hopefully they'll dish out some specs and details on everything there, and Sony will hopefully confirm so you know 100% what's going on.
I wish they would skip over the 4K and just go straight to 6K.
You mean
Did-
8K?
No. Because after 4K, it's going to just go to 6K. Because that's what our Red shoots in at work. Our Red Dragon.
Yeah, but
But from a
They always-
consumer point of view,
they always go in double increments,
Yeah,
or 4 times rather.
I guess.
and plus 4K is like maxed out on resolution from where you sit on your couch anyway. You can't notice a difference of
Yeah.
I feel
pixels.
like-
So
I feel like that's what they said about 1080p when that first came out.
Well,
no,
they still
no one said that. That's
they-
ridiculous.
and not only that, it still applies. If you
still
watch
applies.
a 50-inch 1080p television and a 50-inch 4K television, you can't see a difference unless you're sitting 2 feet away
But you can feel a difference
in your heart.
in your
See-
heart
See, for me with those
and
TVs,
in your crotch.
it was the
Which is where Jaron puts technology.
refresh rate.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, yeah. Anyway, Jaron and I had
with it.
had a really good time on vacation the other day. Went to Fry's Electronics in
Oh,
Vegas.
it's real, guys.
Whoa.
It's
You guys
real.
a real place?
Yeah, have you ever
I
been to
only-
Fry's
I only
Electronics?
hear about that in forums.
Yeah, I've
like
been there. It's big. It has a lot
It's
of
my
Indian
mecca.
people that work there.
It's glorious,
Guys, imagine a Costco, only all electronics and some weird mattresses for some reason.
Yeah, they got some mattresses and some crayons.
Are they technical?
Did the
Like-
mattresses
like,
vibrate?
they're just
No.
they're just regular
They're
old
just mattresses.
They're like, we're robots. We need a place to sleep. We put these down here at night. I don't know.
This
It's
is where
for
our
my vacuum.
employees.
yeah.
And
this is
they-
for employees.
And they actually have like home theater reference rooms, which is awesome. No one has those anymore.
Yeah, occasionally the big Best Buys have them, but that's it.
or
Yeah.
some RC Willies.
Yeah, but yeah, I love anytime I make it to a city that has a Fry's, I have to stop in and just wander
Touch
for about an
everything.
hour. Yeah,
It kind of takes you back to the brick and mortar, right? Like where
Exactly.
you're like, wow, there is a place for instant gratification,
Yeah.
right?
I
Like,
have no idea how they are making money though, because there was like 2 people in that whole store, and it was as big
oh,
as
they've
a
got
Costco.
a huge online presence, though.
yeah, they have a big online presence, and I'm pretty sure they use each store as a warehouse as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
So
Speaking of Fry's, I made a purchase. They had the Denon X3200 receiver for half price, normally $1,000. So I bought that.
What's
I'm
half
excited.
of 1,000?
500.
Oh,
So
You just been mathed.
I got math.
it's coming, and I'm installing a new home theater in my house in
Ooh.
a few months. So I won't be able to test drive it for a few months, but once I do,
Gonna give us a review.
I'll have a review.
Sweet. The other thing that I really wanted to hit on at Fry's was we looked at the TVs at Fry's, and all along the back wall they have their really high end stuff.
Oh yeah.
So like the 4K OLEDs, you know, Samsung's highest end stuff, Sony's highest end stuff, LG. And so we're going down this wall and we get to like a 75-inch LG. And we're like, man, that's a really nice TV. You look down at the price, $21,000. We're like, oh, that's amazing. There's 2 more TVs though. Let's go see what those are. We go
That
down.
wasn't even the best.
No, we go down another one. What was it? A Sony, I think.
Yeah.
The second from the end was a Sony, and it was about 5 inches bigger, but basically the same. And what was the price on that
I
Sony
think it was like 45 or
Yeah.
something like that. 45,000.
Oh,
for a TV? We're like, geez. There's one more though. Was it a 90-inch?
Yeah.
A 90-inch LG.
It was like 21 by 9 aspect ratio.
Yeah, and it was 21
too.
by 9 aspect ratio. I mean, it was glorious.
It was the size of.
It was like a wall,
Yeah.
basically.
Oh man.
I mean, and it was a panel. It wasn't a projector.
look at him. He's going to buy it. You can tell. Look at James.
I
He's-
want it
he's-
so
Oh,
bad.
it
thinking
was
it.
it was glorious. We sat down in the couch they had for you to watch it, and it was amazing. Look down at the price, $100,000.
Hey, just wait.
100,000.
Just wait for Black Friday 2017. It'll be on markdown to $800.
I'll buy 2 if that's the case.
I will live like a king.
It was amazing, but man, $100,000.
Wow.
Think of what else you could buy for $100,000 other than TV,
My house cost $100,000.
right? That's what I mean. Like there are people's homes. Jaren's
You
joke
could live
was
with that TV though.
what was it you said? You
Make
could
a
buy
TP.
you
You could buy a house in Detroit for much cheaper than that TV.
a lot cheaper.
Yeah. You could buy 2 houses in Detroit.
Oh my!
You get a couple of those, lean them together, make a teepee.
Yeah. Then you
Throw a
good.
blanket over it, have a
Hello?
fort.
Yeah,
It's great.
And it's the best thing I can think of.
It was amazing though. The picture was, perfect, which you would expect for $100,000.
right.
Kind of makes you wonder what was a
I need to
$100,000 TV back in 1987.
I don't think they had one back in 1987.
A $100,000 TV? You
No.
don't think?
No.
I think if you wanted to spend $100,000 on AV equipment in 1987, you had to like remodel a room and turn it into a theater.
And buy people.
Well,
And
no.
buy-
I need to get some eclectic, like some crazy investor, like to just get him sold that will make him important.
To have a
To have that
$100,000.
100,000
Can
TV.
you imagine if you actually had that $100,000 TV in your house, how well you would treat it?
Oh my gosh, I'd treat it
You'd
better
be,
than.
you'd be uninsurable.
I'm not going to finish that sentence.
You'd be uninsurable. Insurance company would just be like,
I think I
Nope.
would make a room, lock it up, make sure no one enters but me, and then I'd be happy and then never leave.
I would probably
I
end
love
up
you, baby.
that's where they'd find you dead,
I would-
shriveled, dried out,
Yeah.
dried out like a
Hugging it.
sardine.
curled up on the lazy boy.
Yep, just
That's odd. Somehow Jaren's the little spoon.
Yeah, I would probably end up putting it behind like a plexiglass sheet as well. Nobody touches it.
3-inch bulletproof
Yeah.
retractable plexiglass screen that
Exactly.
Antibacterial.
biometric scanner to open it.
But now I can say I've seen it. $100,000 television.
Did you
Right.
touch it?
I tried to rub it
No.
on my crotch like I do with gadgets I like, but
Did they kick you out? I can't imagine Fry's has
Did it-
great security,
did it
but I
fall
can't
and
imagine
break?
they wouldn't with $100,000.
He made me create a diversion so he could do it.
yeah.
I mean, I'm good at
What's
that.
a diversion for you? Like,
Hey, Too Tall Tony, Too Tall Tony, go over there and shimmy.
I just
No, more like,
like,
Tony,
what?
just stand in front of me. No one can see me
Right.
because
Vanish
you're
us.
massive.
shield me with your body.
yeah.
While
that's
I
pretty much
defile
it.
this TV. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
It is mine now.
Yeah.
I've marked it.
So Fry's was an adventure. If you ever get the chance to go to a Fry's Electronics, you gotta check that out.
Oddly
Check it
enough,
out,
they
check
don't
it
serve
out.
French fries there, though. It's
I
kind of
know.
a bummer.
It is weird, but I'm okay with it.
When I stumbled upon them online, I thought that I was reading old posts because they were like, "Oh, I walked into a Fry's Electronics," and I was like, who goes into an electronics store anymore? Who doesn't just buy everything from Tiger Direct or Newegg?
Yeah.
Tiger Direct. Who buys things from Tiger Direct?
Actually, you can't
Me?
anymore.
Oh, really? You can't? Are they
Yeah.
gone? It's been that long
they
since I
went,
bought stuff online.
That sounds like an old lady escort service website. I honestly have never.
That's
Cougar Direct.
Cougar Direct.
That's
yes.
Cougar Direct.
Oh, we gotta get CougarDirect.com.
Boom, we need
I'm
that.
on it.
Don't do it. It's not worth the money.
Domain purchased.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Tiger Direct doesn't sell to consumers anymore.
Oh, really? They're
Yeah,
just
they switched
distributors.
to just
Tigers.
Enterprise. So
That's what companies online do right before they die.
yeah, exactly.
So
I'm sure that's what's going on. More monitor/viewing news. Owen, tell us about these contact lenses.
Oh yeah, so I was looking up weird gadgets this week. I wanted to kind of find something that was, out there. And so that's kind of what I have compiled, but these contact lenses, so Google, they're always into some weird future tech and
Right.
That will never make money on.
Google
Glass. And
Glass.
they have the ability to waste money.
Nest.
I mean, yeah, so many
Good
things.
joke, Tony.
But they figure if they get 1 in 10 things that makes them $1 billion, then
1 in 100, more like.
whatever.
They still only make money off advertising, and that's it.
And they're
And
still
Android.
doing that really good.
Which is advertising.
But
Yeah.
so I looked at these. So you guys have probably heard, I don't know, about contacts, like the contact.
I've heard about
cameras.
contacts.
Contact cameras.
Oh.
yes,
Where
yes,
you
yes.
where so these are like contacts you put on your eye, which I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with, but they're a camera. They're technology.
Is it wireless?
How is it powered?
It's powered, so that's the ingenious part. You can actually see Sony. So the reason this came up on some of the sites I read was actually because Sony's throwing their hat in the ring in this area. Now Google and Samsung have been in there for maybe a couple years
At
developing.
this point, can we just assume that Google's in it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like be like, oh, what's Google up to? Like I just
Yeah.
want to have access to like their projects.
They need to have some kind of like web tree out
Yeah.
there to show where all their thumbs and fingers are in.
Like how great of a job is that to just work in a nowhere department on theoretical technology? But
They have like 2 or 3 divisions
Yeah,
that do that.
that
kind of
just do
stuff.
that.
It's crazy.
And so these ones, Sony actually filed a patent for their wearable contact lens cameras, and the patent shows a little bit of the specs about what it does, and it's actually really cool the way that this one. So one of the main differences, the key differences, is like Google Glass or whatever, it streams to your device.
Right.
It stores on your device. It requires your device to be with you to maintain itself, its connection state, and all that stuff. The patent that Sony has done is the storage is actually in the contact lens.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. If you go to look at the link, they actually show you can
Weird.
actually see the patent. It's got storage in the contact lens.
This is all theoretical, though.
Oh, it's totally
right?
theoretical.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
They haven't started
they've
any
just
sort
filed
of-
this patent, which means
Yeah.
that they're experimenting with it.
They're basically covering an idea. That
Exactly.
They
The
have.
person in the picture has blue hair. That doesn't exist.
Hey,
My
neither
wife
do they.
has blue hair sometimes.
So
like you say, sometimes.
Sometimes it's purple.
Sometimes she's
it's brown.
around. I don't know.
So, but the cool thing about this one is that it uses like, so let me just find what I wrote.
Why did you
here.
focus just on the blue hair? Don't you see like her eyebrows are also blue? That's
No,
that's
the skin underneath the hair is blue, not the eyebrow themselves.
That's called powdered eyebrows.
Yes,
I know
indeed.
this.
So,
How do you know
Oh.
these things?
My wife is a cosmetologist.
Fair enough.
so
Speaking
this is,
of-
so
oh,
this is
we'll get to
blink,
that later.
This is blink triggered. So back to the context. So the
Yes,
blink
yes.
blink triggered. So their patent, their technology says that because obviously you don't want to turn your camera on and off every time you blink.
Right.
And so they've got patented blink triggering that like they've mathematically decided what should trigger the lens.
Blink
and then
slowly.
And then they have, I actually looked this up. It's called, I don't know the pronunciation because I forgot to put that in here, but piezoelectric sensors is how they kind of, so it's basically sensors that read pressure
Yeah.
to turn a switch on and off to send an electrical signal. And then they're powered by a electromagnetic induction field inside the contact. So like
So magic.
magnets, which
Oh,
is close to
close.
magic, but magnets. The correct answer was magnets.
Magic?
And yeah, so they
What is
send
maggots?
nope, close. That's still just so close. Just magnets.
Future contact lens for 500.
Anyway, so it powered it. That's how they stay powered. I don't know. I mean, so it basically you run a piece of metal through a magnetic field, and it generates electricity. I don't know if I want that on my eye.
So
See, when I first heard that these were self-powered, I thought it was something akin to the watch.
It is.
when you move.
Citizen-
It is.
Like
That's
the Eco
what
Drive.
it will be, because it has to send this. It has to send some piece of metal through an electromagnetic field to generate electricity. So
They should do solar power. Just stare at the sun for a few minutes.
it's genius.
Just burn it out.
Jaron. Genius.
I got
Thanks.
5 at the sun stare.
anyways, I thought of some cool contact lenses that maybe, and of course the picture has, like Jaron was saying, the blue eyes, blue head.
Because this is what we'll look like
right,
in the future.
Right, exactly. Right now, if you put them in, all you get is blood in your eyes. So it's red. The only color it comes in right now is red, I'm sure. The testers all have red.
I was gonna say this is totally the origin story for some villain called LensCrafty.
LensCrafter.
Wait a
Sounds
minute.
so close. That
Matt?
sounds like you just said lens crafter with an E at the
Or
end.
1-800 Kurntube.
Current tax?
Did you guys ever watch The Black Mirror?
Yes. Oh,
There's
I was
an
just
episode
thinking
that uses things
Something
like
like
this
this, yeah.
in The Black Mirror, and the way that it talks about the social repercussions of being able to record and play back everything.
Final
And-
Cut, the same way.
Yeah, it was great
Oh,
show.
absolutely.
Who has time to look back at 24 hours worth of video?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll tell you
but-
what, the guy in the show does.
So
All right.
Well,
I
Sorry.
thought it, so
Sounds
I
like
thought
a boring
of this,
show.
I thought of this because I have a kid now, and we sit here for like we got a new baby girl, and she's just 2 months now, and we sit there and with our phones trying to watch her catch her smile, and it seems like she's like the dancing frog,
Yeah.
on Looney Tunes,
Warner Brothers.
and Warner Brothers, and so every time we turn our phone off, she'll laugh, she'll giggle, she'll coo, whatever. But then as soon as we turn our phone on, she's like, "Nope, I don't."
Yeah, babies are so like that.
I thought, so I thought that maybe these contacts. I was thinking, when would this ever be? Of course, espionage, right?
Right, perfect.
And
Oh,
skydiving.
absolutely.
I mean, anything that's extreme. I mean, it's basically taking a GoPro and sticking it on your eye, which GoPros are huge right now. So
Compared
Actually-
to a contact lens.
yeah,
True.
and I meant huge in like popularity.
Well,
but
they're actually
Oh, okay.
not in size, but
GoPros-
I
they're
totally-
they're very popular.
I missed
GoPros
that.
are actually on the decline right now, which is
I
kind of
missed that.
interesting. If you've been watching their stock market,
their stock is
diving.
going down.
Sad.
Yep.
Well, I mean, think about it. That's bound to happen for a product like that because you buy one and you don't need another one for like 5 years.
Right.
Well, and it's not just that, but they were cutting edge when they first came out. I mean, they were the small itty bitty little
That's
camera,
true.
and everybody is reproducing what they're doing.
Yep.
And,
There's a
and-
ton of copycats.
oh, absolutely.
Parts are cheap. Thanks, China.
Ooh, China. China needs to have a theme song. And that's the only
China.
non-racist one that I can think of off the top of my
Maybe
head.
they do and we just don't know it.
China rice.
Nope. No.
No, dial it back. Too much. Too much. You were the one who said, yeah, okay.
Oh.
Can we talk more about cosmetology, please? I would really love to.
No. This isn't the cosmetology spot.
I found
But-
out where the cuticles are located on my body.
But Dyson, they have an awesome new hairdryer.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Serious?
Yes.
Oh
my
my
wife's
It's
gonna love this
amazing.
All right,
episode
let's
now.
hear this.
So
Freaking.
let's get this straight. As a man, there's nothing wrong with using a blow dryer.
I don't.
Well, yeah, when you have as much hair as you do.
Oh, thanks.
Nathan,
It's like-
Nathan Drake
Talk
style.
to me, James. Talk
When
to
you
me.
get out of the shower, how long does it take to get...
absurd.
I mean,
I absorb like 30 pounds of water in my hair.
does your head just like fall over when you get out? Just
One would think from a
It's
Nathan
hard.
Drake, from a Nathan Drake lookalike that that it
guys-
Oh, you guys are
gotta quit.
so flattering.
You gotta quit feeding that ego. That ego. That ego's just
I
ballooning.
think,
Oh,
I think
boy.
it's what keeps him coming around. So
That's why I'm
we
still
him,
here.
so-
Anyway, Dyson, they made their first ever hair dryer. It is so sexy.
for proceeding hairlines.
Like, does it
Yes.
strip the hair off your scalp? Because like that's his thing.
With his vacuums,
Yeah.
you definitely can
Yeah.
strip
Yeah,
some
so
hair.
so they're kind of using their bladeless fan technology, where it's like
Ew.
this big circle with nothing in it and
Mhm.
blows air at you. Anyway, it's kind of like that, but miniaturized.
The wind blade, they call that, right?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dyson's been in the news lately. But
keep going,
carry on.
Jared.
Anyway,
carry
so
on.
it's going to sell for around
Power on.
$400. So it's pricey.
That's a $400 hair dryer.
But as a gadget that I use
Yeah.
every day of my life, it might just be worth it.
use a hair dryer every day.
Could it be
I use a
better?
hair dryer every day.
What is wrong with you girls?
Yeah, James.
Whoop, whoop.
Never once.
Anyway, so
I've used a hairdryer since my mom blow dried my hair
And
when I
who-
was like 7.
who has magnificent hair here?
Well,
James and me.
All right,
Was
fine.
that when you
Hey.
used to have to
That's-
comb your mother's hair every night? Ooh, good, Anthony, good.
No, she used a hairdryer on me, not me on her. Gosh.
Picture it didn't happen.
I only use the hairdryer to shrink wrap, heat shrink
Yeah.
tape, and to seal up my windows in the winter with that stuff. Cellophane, is that it?
But you could do it twice as fast with a $400 hairdryer.
I don't know.
No. So
How do they do a heating element?
Dyson did studies. They tested this on 1,000 miles of hair.
Thousands of miles?
Yes.
Or 1,000 miles?
And they found, like many people, other people have, I'm sure, that heat destroys hair. So
Is that my problem?
I'm sure it blows out a lot more air than your typical hair dryer. Probably not as hot, but there's like these magnetic attachments that just go onto it magnetically. Oh, it's so cool.
Does it dry? Is
And
that
it's-
how it dries? Is that the heat element?
What?
There's no heat element.
No, I think there is a heat element.
There's got to be a heat element.
yeah,
if it's a
there
blow
is.
dryer. It might just not be as hot.
Yeah, it's probably not as hot as normal.
They were
blow
just
dryers.
like, we'll take our bladeless fan, we'll shrink it down. People will buy this for $400. I promise
This
you.
looks like an item that you can get at Dirty Joe Punsters, if we're being honest. This looks like a very
an
provocative
adult
item.
store
Yes.
for those not
are
in
are you
Utah.
serious? Do you see this
Yep.
opening?
That's
That just begs for certain things.
you can see right through that fan.
Do you see
It
how
could
it's
be-
dressed?
It's multiple use gadget.
Oh, yeah. Actually, you're right.
Just be sure to turn off the heat when you.
You
Never
can
mind.
see right. You can see right through that blow dryer, just like their fans.
Yep.
Yep.
Just
yep.
turn off the heat.
They got in a lot of heat, actually, Dyson did recently with their air blade that they put in all the movie theaters. You've seen that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it
1300
blows viruses everywhere.
1,300 times more germs
Yep.
than. Ugh.
Yep.
And I knew, because you look, if you ever go use one. Go
Don't
look at the
look.
bottom. It's
Don't look.
brown.
It's disgusting.
And
Yeah, but that's
Oh.
more on the movie theaters not cleaning it out. Like it's just like any appliance. It's blowing everything
Okay,
down.
so
So like that's what. you
Imagine
have to
this
assume.
scenario. I went into the bathroom a couple weeks ago at the movie theater. I go
Okay,
in.
Got it.
This 10 or 12-year-old is at the urinal, pants completely down.
What?
awesome.
10
so
or 12
hilarious.
year old?
Yes.
I remember doing
I,
that.
I see
matter with
his
these?
whole
I have
butt,
awkward
his whole
memories of that.
buttocks at the urinal. He doesn't care. Imagine him washing his hands and drying them in that dryer. Germs everywhere.
I'm gonna imagine first that he pulled his pants up, and then used
I don't
the
think he
hair
did.
dry-
I
the
think
hand
he walked
dryer.
outside of the bathroom.
Jared just
pants
walked in
down.
and was like, nope, turned around, walked out.
That's what dude, if it was a 10 or a 12-year-old, that's what I would have done.
Look how many germs around that kid. He doesn't even know how to keep his pants up while he's taking a piss. I'm
Dude,
not doing
kids in
this.
the bathroom are the worst. One time I was dropping a toozy in the stall, and a little kid poked his head underneath.
Hands on the
And
floor,
I'm
and
like,
you're just
nope,
like,
nope.
oh.
And I put my foot on his head and pushed it out of the stall.
At the same time, you go, if you have kids, you go, your hands are on the bathroom floor.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
know where that's been?
Oh.
On everybody's genitals.
Floor, eyes, mouth.
Yep.
Yep.
Gross.
Yes, kids are disgusting.
True that.
And Dyson makes awesome products.
Well, you
Unless
you took us all domesticated with the home stuff, so that was naturally going to go there.
Ugh.
So technically, it's kind of your fault for taking us there, Tony. Thanks
Yeah,
a lot.
I-
I didn't- oh dang it!
This one.
Well, let's talk about something more healthy then, like Google strikes a deal with the National Health Service.
Oh, I knew we were going to talk about this one.
Well, you wrote it down.
I know. So I used to work in the hospital, and one thing that always bothered me is not a lot of the records are shared between hospitals, and not a lot of the nurses and doctors would use like modern technology to
Transfer records
and
or view records.
Yeah. So I thought this was kind of cool with Google strikes a deal with the NHS or the National Health Service. There it is. To allow Google access to 1.6 million patient records.
That's how
Which-
Google's going to come up with its own personality.
Patient records.
Okay, hold on. The name for it too is Deep something. I
Deep
forget.
Mind?
Deep
Mind.
Mind.
That's
But
their
remember,
AI.
Come
That's
on.
their deep, and remember, deep learning is what we talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
James
Kind of
wasn't
their
there that day, so
Oh,
How
that's
is
right.
that
we'll grant him a pass.
Yeah.
not a villain in everything?
Right.
Deep Mind? Are you serious? Bow to Deep Mind. Take
You
off
pretty-
your pants for Deep Mind. It's Deep Mind. Come on. So, but anywho, as of right now, it's good for us. So,
Please comb my hair, deep mind.
I think that's what we'll all wake up and be like, hello, Deep Mind. What am I doing today, Deep Mind?
As of right now, it's just tracking current sick patients, and it has access to 1.6 million people in the database for previous sicknesses and illnesses, so it can help better track the human condition, and so
find analytics and comparisons. It's gonna do a lot of that to find. I guarantee you, it'll start to geographically track like health issues based by geographic location.
Ooh, that's cool.
And work. I mean, it's going to aggregate all that data and just
That's what Google's all about.
Data analytics.
Data analytics.
Data analytics. Yeah, exactly. And we are that much closer to Gattaca. If you guys ever seen that movie, to like pricking your baby's heel when he's born or she, and like it's going to define the rest of their life. It's going to be like, well, it has X amount of percentage to cancer. It's going to have X amount to kidney disease, to heart disease. Depending on where you guys go, he needs more vitamin D growing up.
And if you have problems, you're not going to space.
Yeah.
That could brand you.
Unless you're Matt Damon. No, it's
No.
not Matt. Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke.
God, that close. Anywho.
He
I thought that
also
was kind
has
of
good
interesting.
hair sometimes.
Matt
Ethan Hawke?
Damon?
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke's okay.
Well, he has a full head of hair and he's old. So
Yeah, that's true.
I'll give him that.
That is true. That's true. Anywho, so yeah, that's just, a story about how Google is getting into the health game and, going to make us healthier. And unfortunately, we're going to live to be 100 years old, which if you've ever seen anybody past 70, I mean, they don't look happy.
It's not worth it.
No.
I actually have a topic about living forever.
Well, let's hear it.
So, it's called Project Reanima, and it is
Reanima?
Reanima.
This does not sound
I heard
good
Anima.
at all.
I heard Anima seconded.
Reanima. with an
I only
A.
want one. I don't want to
an
it.
A.
Gonna give you a
With an-
Reanima.
Now, if you hear the word Reanima with an A, what
This
is
town needs a Reanima.
we're gonna revitalize this town with a Reanima. Couple of them. So
Dibs first.
No, I want first. I don't want any used secondhand Reanima.
I already called it.
Nope,
Dang it.
sorry, they already. So it's basically a project it's actually been approved for human testing in India and in the U.S. to reanimate brain dead people. Brain
Ooh.
dead
Wait,
people.
so physically dead or people that are like vegetables?
vegetables, but also, well, obviously if the tissue's dead, then they can't do anything with it.
Right.
But yeah, basically brain dead people. They're injecting with enzymes, stem cells. So it's Project Reanima has been like it's basically the zombie apocalypse coming to that's the next thing to live forever. So I mean,
This
obviously there's strategies out there, and those people are willing to try anything to bring their loved ones back. But
Right.
some of the research suggests that it might just blow away current neural connections and
And create new ones?
and just restart the brain.
Holy cow.
So
See, when you described it, I could just think of the doctors and scientists sitting there. All right, what can we inject in this guy to bring him back to life?
yeah, seriously.
Let's try some enzymes.
Who's
You
got
know,
some
let's-
mustard and
let's
carrots?
Get some
Let's
stem
try it
cells. You know what? Is that deli mustard?
What do we got over there?
Put it in
Wait,
there.
that's not working. Let's give him an enema.
Carl, get over here.
So you go to
Needs
the
a Reanima.
so you go so I'm not gonna lie. I found this on the we'll call it the tabloids of the technology spectrum.
Oh, good.
It's called. I mean, the site's pretty cool. It's called futurism.com, but I was looking for some really forward future weird stuff this time. So
Futurology on Reddit, I can't push that enough. It's an amazing subreddit. If you're a Redditor, go there and check out Futurology. They have a bunch of stories like that. Just throwing that out there.
I like things.
But they're basing it off of nature. That's how they've snuck this past everybody, going, oh yeah, it's nature. It's so other animals can regenerate all sorts of damage, and so we're just trying to do what they do. They're gonna bring
Backwards thinking for forwards progress.
yeah. So I mean,
Or,
that's tragic. Like people in a vegetative state and all
Technology.
that.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
and there's tons of people out there who'd be willing to try anything to get their loved one.
Oh
back.
yeah,
So
for sure.
it's cool tech. And I just think the project, the name of the project, just inspires.
Butt jokes.
Just butt jokes. I mean, number one, that came up with butt jokes like first thing, but
Right? But
Reanima is the project, and it's kind of cool, but probably super futuristic.
Did you hear about
Yeah.
the head transplant they're going to do?
Yeah.
Another one?
Yeah.
I thought they
that-
tried this already.
I don't know how the last one went. Did that one?
Or maybe they didn't ever do it.
I
yet.
thought there was a huge
it was
controversy.
a
over it.
Russian.
No,
a
they
Russian
they did it
doctor.
to like a monkey in the 70s or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
for sure. But
And
they
then-
have an actual human candidate, and they're going
Yeah.
ahead with it.
Oh, good pun.
Bam. You see what I did there?
I don't think you saw what you did there.
I did it. I
For
did
the
about
bank.
a third of a second after I said it. That's just how my comedy rolls. Behind my thought.
Future comedy.
Which makes heads roll.
Reaching.
Nope, too far.
Yeah.
That one didn't go.
Okay.
Sorry, James.
That's fine.
You're off the team.
Okay. Can't argue.
Oh, what was the other one? Oh yeah, we got to do a quick BS segment because I found a BS. Did I say BS segment? That's like
The battery segment.
Dang it!
Time for the battery segment.
Recursive.
Here's
Here's
the
to change out your batteries.
Here's the BS. This new company is saying that they have this way to extend the life of recharging on batteries for decades. Because one of the big issues that batteries face is after so many charges, the cell no longer holds a charge and your rechargeable battery becomes useless.
And that's been a thing that no computer builders, and like from the beginning of laptops, they kept that kind of on the deal.
Oh, can I say something really quick?
Lithium
No.
fibers.
Dang it.
Okay, go.
I got to retract a statement that I said last podcast
Let's hear it.
where I said phone battery life doesn't matter because you can always just carry an external battery.
Yeah,
or
you
can plug it in.
doofus.
Yeah, I
How
totally
could you
take that
say
back.
that?
I took it with me to California, and I had Google Hangouts open as well as Facebook Messenger and YouTube, and I play Heyday, and
I don't
which
even know
is
what that is.
It's a farming game.
Oh, jeez.
I know.
Why is he on this podcast?
Hey,
So
Talk about my hair again.
it's so nice and thick. But it was awful because it killed my battery, so I take it back.
That's right, you do.
Retracted.
Take
So-
that back long through Wii U.
Hey-o.
Okay.
Way to tie that in. So it says here on modern lithium-ion batteries, the filaments last between 5,000 to 7,000 recharge cycles.
wow.
Which is pretty good when you think about it, because most people, you have your phone for 2 years, and if you charge it every night, then you're only looking at
times.
700 some odd times.
Yeah, but do people let their battery go all the way down like they're supposed to, or is that not a thing anymore?
And that's not.
That's
It's
not a
actually the opposite now.
Oh, right.
With modern technology, lithium-ion batteries, they say the best thing to do is charge it once it gets down to around 20-30%, and then only charge it to about 90 some odd percent. Don't go all the way. They say the studies have shown that lengthens battery life. But if this,
I'm not that studious. I'm attentive.
Is it still true that once you get your phone, you're supposed to let it die?
no, that doesn't matter anymore.
Not at
Nope.
all? Okay.
Nope.
No.
So the deal with this battery technology is it's supposed to allow recharges up to 200,000 times instead of just 5,000 to 7,000.
Wowza.
So yeah, it's cool that it does that, but it doesn't do anything for me because I want longer lasting.
Yeah, me
batteries.
too. It'd be nice to not have to replace your phone, but I like replacing my phone. But if it lasted for much longer,
2 or 3 days on a charge,
Yes.
4 days.
Are you replacing your phone because of battery life, or are you replacing it because of software on your phone
No,
and hardware?
We're replacing it because we want new hardware.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
the battery doesn't.
So yeah,
In
the
a
the
sense,
amount of
matter.
charges for your average consumer who keeps a phone for about 2 years, 5,000 to 7,000 charges is plenty.
Yep.
Yeah.
And honestly, I like it when the battery starts dying because then I think, ooh, I can get a new phone now.
There is always that.
Unless it's like the week after you bought it,
then
you're like,
son of
this must be a Samsung.
And then you find out Nintendo's coming out with a new system in March after you just barely dropped a bunch of money.
Un-
I liked how we let you.
Unbelievable.
I liked how we let you go through everything you bought too, like all your controllers
and
your
then
games.
and then Tony looked right at me and he's like, "Guess what?
Nintendo has a new system. Oh. Yeah. Sick burn.
It's got polio."
Oh, I think that about wraps it up. Is there anything else you guys wanted to hit on your list?
Oh yes, Vizio.
Now, okay.
Vizio.
I got to say though, you have 5 minutes.
Vizio.
We can't go longer than an hour. I figured out because we post 2 podcasts a month, and each podcast takes up about 50 megabytes, and we only have 100 megabytes on our plan each month. So if we go over an hour for any of these,
I like how
I'm gonna have
that's
to-
the reason.
I'm gonna have to upgrade our plan, and that costs money that I don't want to spend. So
Hey, if we get more listeners though, if you tell your friends out there, you people out there, maybe
Yeah.
we will.
they can download it for free, and we won't get any money still. So do it.
Exactly.
We need to put it on a service where we get at least a little bit of ads, something or other.
We'll figure it out.
Is Pandora ever planning on getting into the podcast game?
We're really cutting into our 5 minutes.
Sorry,
4 minutes.
sorry.
Quiet. So anyway, Vizio. I talked about the P series that they released a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Which is amazing. It has HDR, Dolby Vision, 120 something backlighting arrays.
The P series.
LED arrays, yes. Anyway, so Vizio, they recently announced their M series, which is the cheaper version. So it's about $500 cheaper than the P series for all the different models.
500 per model?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you can 65-inch P series costs $2,000, 65-inch for M series costs $1,500. Anyway, it pretty much includes all the features of the P series, only not quite as good. So it has about half of the backlighting LEDs as the P series. It still comes with that tablet remote. The tablet,
I think it's a lesser version of it.
It is. It's 720p screen versus
Not
a
1080.
1080. But
Boo.
I wouldn't use that remote anyway. But it has HDR. It has Dolby Vision. It still has Google Cast as their main UI. None of that smart TV crap.
How many arrays? How many LED arrays?
Oh, we already talked about this.
I didn't hear it. I want to hear it.
64 active LED zones
Versus 128.
versus like 128 or something
Something like that.
for the P series. Yeah. So it's quite an upgrade from the M series of last year.
That's
So,
true.
And
Sorry, Owen.
Yeah.
I know.
Take it back.
Isn't that the thing with technology? It's all great until the next thing comes out, and then you're like, "Why did I buy
Literally
that
the
one?"
next, and that's why
Tell me about it.
I can't afford it until it's like they know, and I can't afford it until I have to buy last year's model, and
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the most radical.
This is the best. A week
And
later,
then a week later, everybody's like, "Oh, I went and got this new one," and I'm like, "No, it doesn't have." Oh, it does have everything that I wish it had.
dang
Mine had.
it!
So this is the TV I would definitely recommend to anyone right now. If you want some more of an upgrade, go for P series, but this is quite a nice TV.
And that 64 LED, 64 zone LED array is up from last year's M
last
series
year it was
as
like
well.
I
42.
like
So
the M's.
Sorry, Owen.
sorry.
Is your TV still nice? I'm sure
It is.
I'm sure it's nice.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a TV.
That's how I am too. It's I got a really old TV and it's big and
Hey, if we run out of space, you can just cut some of the hair jokes out.
Oh, good point.
You know, like you can just.
Hey, that's gold. That's
you
comedy
know,
gold.
No, we can.
Oh, is
we
it
can
now?
just we can just trim that down a little.
I see what you
I
did.
just I can't stop, guys. I can't
because
stop.
of hair.
That was
Like
great.
you
Cut
can't stop.
it out.
Oh,
All right. Anything else you guys want to cover real
Gosh,
quick?
dang it! I wanted to cover the basic income and whether or not it should be a real thing with you guys.
Can you
because
do it in 1 minute?
robots are going to take over the world, and what we need is a basic income for us humans. Because eventually, what's going to happen is we're all going to turn into the Wall-E world, and we're all going to be in these chairs. And so we need some kind of basic income for us to just stay afloat. Because every other job is going to be.
Socialism?
Is that what you're saying?
Not really.
did he just vote for Bernie Sanders?
I think he did.
Well, Bernie Sanders is one of the guys that's for it, but the other person is, I believe, Marco Rubio has it in a bill that he wants to.
So socialism. Moving on.
Does Trump want it?
Well, I don't want it to completely replace the. What am I
How
trying
does
to
this-
say? I don't
how
want
does
it
this
to be
apply
the
to technology?
primary.
Yeah, this is not tech.
Because what's going to happen? What I wanted to talk with you guys about is how automated all the jobs are becoming. What with self-driving semi-trucks.
Thank you. That would
with
be awesome.
factories, with heck, even some marketing jobs, because Google will be able to tap into analytics.
Does the
and-
price of my next cell phone go down? Then yes.
Well, that's
I'm
what I
for
was
it.
going to ask
Thank
you is like technology like that, because there's going to be a basic income. Do you think that's going to bring the price of technology up because the market is flooded with more money?
This is
Or is it going to go down?
what I think about basic income.
Okay.
Yes, there will be automation, but I think people will find out other things to do to make money, just like they did in the Industrial Revolution.
has to have value of some kind. It just can't be like,
Yeah.
well, you just get to have money for being.
And so people are saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
there's going to be no more jobs." I think new jobs will be created, jobs we can't even think about right now. More
They-
people will go to creative
like-
things like
they
making
took
movies.
like human sacrifice.
They took
Yeah.
our jobs.
I actually saw somebody actually. I had the pleasure of seeing a sign holder that was swinging a sign with it saying, they took our jobs," and it was one of those, those sign holders that you
Was
see
just twisting it around.
And it was
and
just
stuff.
a robot that was on metal legs, and it just shook the sign like you see those really.
It's perfect.
I do think gadgets will be cheaper though because of automation.
Well, yeah.
So,
That's
yes.
all I care about. That as a consumer, I want the
Yep.
bottom line to come down. Like I'm not making more.
Oh, James looks like he has something
No,
to
and that's
say.
why I wanted to talk about
I'm
this
not ma-
stuff is
I'm
because
So, okay.
it 100% applies to technology.
Here's what we're going to do.
Or a teaser for next time.
We will extend this episode 5 to 7 minutes and cut 5 to 7 minutes off the next episode.
Or we can ask our listeners to write in about it, and then that could be something that we talk about next episode, like a cliffhanger.
Okay, let's do that.
Whoa, suspense.
That's a lot of responsibility on you listeners. So
Do it.
Write us at the Gadget Spot
cast at gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Or hit us up on Twitter. You know, you can do that.
Yep,
Yeah.
that works too.
Yep.
So
I need the tweets.
check it out. Let us know what you think about the future of automation, robots. What happened?
I was playing you out.
Oh. All right. Don't do that.
Okay.
You're off the podcast.
That's
again.
it.
See, and that's a beatbox that
A robot will
robot
do.
will take.
Yep, we don't need
Freaking robots?
You know, I would welcome that change if I never had to hear that again.
Or James just didn't have to do it again. It's still going to happen. We got to have beatbox.
It's gonna happen to you.
I, for one, welcome our beatboxing robotic overlords.
Dang right.
All right. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Write in. Tell us what you think about the automation of everything.
Goodbye. We love you.
We do.